Yeah, so just a regular day out in the market with a distributor rep calling on some accounts in Chicago. We stopped at Smith & Wollensky's and dropped some samples off. Unfortunately, the GM at the time, the beverage director I should say, was in a meeting, so left some samples and started a conversation up on email, and come about that he was looking for a pale ale. So we offered up a collab idea with him, and kind of the ball started rolling.
When Smith & Wollensky's indicated that they wanted a pale ale, that was very exciting. You know, it's a style that both John and I are very passionate about. It's coming up when we did with craft beer, pale ales were such a mainstay, and they're kind of rare now. Hard to find a great example of. So when I got that news, very exciting for me. I wanted to build a beer that was a nice balance. I think that's the hallmark of a good pale ale. It's a nice balance between hops and malt. It's a style that's a drinker, but it really has to work. It has to work in a balanced kind of way.
He wanted something that really goes well with their food. You know, obviously they focus on some high-end steaks, some high-end seafood. Pale ale is just a nice, refreshing beer to go with any kind of hearty dish, but I don't think it's overpowering where it's gonna, you know, ruin a piece of fish, a white fish or a lobster or something like that. You know, it's not that kind of bitterness level. It's a nice balanced, fruit-forward pale ale. So I think this pairs well with their lineup of food, which obviously, if you looked at their menu, is pretty high-end, beautiful, dry-aged steaks. You know, seafood towers. My mouth is watering talking about it now.
So we used a Pilsner malt as well as a dark Munich malt and just a touch of crystal. So it gave us a beautiful color, a very classic pale ale color where it's you know, a dark golden, not quite to amber level, but a nice color. And again, given where hops are versus, you know, like an old school pale ale, which maybe is very Cascade and Centennial, so grapefruit and cedar and a very dry beer, we wanted to use some of the newer hops. So this beer has got lotus and mosaic. Lotus is known for kind of a candied orange aroma and character to it, while mosaic to me has got more of a gear oil, diesel-y kind of thing. So it's a beautiful combination of a very fruity hop as well as a hop that's got, I would say, a little more grit to it in mosaic. And I think it turned out great. It's got a nice body to it, beautiful color, and great hoppy nose. So just everything I would like in a pale ale is in this beer. So thank you, Smith & Wollensky's, for wanting to do a pale ale. You guys are awesome.